I don't really think that's the case now ever since they changed his Q healing. So that'll be some pressure there. You can follow up, as you're rightfully saying, with the champions like the Sejuani. The Ambassador can do the same. I think that there is a lot of responsibility on 113 choosing the right fight so the lower. He's had some incredible games. Potential gank coming in topside. 113, what do you got?
Skipped his entire topside for this. He knew the wave was pushing in. Nako trying to flash away. He's going to get locked up. Permafrost stuns him. And there is Burst Blood. BDS secure on that bot lane tower. A plate going over to Irrelevant. So that's kind of the trade we've seen thus far. Now with Ice a little bit separated from the team. 113 going to try and land this smite. Can't quite get it. The jump in by Paris though with a double knockup. Pushed back by the Pathmaker. Gravity Well coming out as well by Nuke. And unable to catch Vitality inside it. So in the end, it's 3 grubs over to Vitality.
In exchange, the interesting thing is that Finn was talking to me about players on both these teams, Hylissang on one side and 113 on the other, is how they approach
an advantage as Chayak is down towards the bottom side, and we talked about the fact that 3 grubs do not a might make. And in the end, BDS, although they did lose those first 3 grubs, were able to even out the score. Wants to make a play in the next few minutes and use that advantage.
Hilly?
They can. Hilly's going to use the Oracles here, locked up with the Glacial Prison, and Sam's dead. And that's well played by BDS. Hilly's just poking his nose in, seeing if there's something there. Lince's jumping forward as well. I think he got the smite on the Gromp, so does manage to steal it away. Yeah, but BDS kind of cheated tempo a little bit. They just had an extra man sitting there. Chayak goes in. What? Puts down the... Okay, no.
Oh,
no, man. No. Chayak. He dashes forward. Permafrost's going to stun him up. 113 will take him out. Lince's tries to save the day, but... Yeah, the first one, Hilly was a little bit overeager. The second one, Chayak was way too greedy.
What did he see on Fog of War there? He must have thought that was a one-person play and that maybe Linces could come back and join in, but that felt like it was very, very...
Oh, this is nice, though. Linces stays around, knew that Nuke was backing in the bush. Well played by Linces. Nuke greedy is called off. 16 seconds on the Drake.
Yeah, good ward coverage from Vitality, but the backs are coming at a really good time for BDS. Here comes Paris.
Paris looks for Linces, will get him in the pit, but that quickness not really doing too much. The Permafrost though on Hilly, he goes back in with 100 HP, locks up Paris, who tries to dive away. The Emperor's Survivor will lock him up. That's 2 kills already to BDS. Nako TP'd in, as has Irrelevant.
Of course, and the Soul that's on it, they are going to be starting to really rue that Soul coming around the corner.
It also gets them the feats of strength overall.
It's really when you get around to 2 items that you start ignoring your lane opponent and you just show the fear of God to the other people on the Rift. Really, Lince having to flash out just before Herald.
Hilly walks back in! Oh, Hilly has the flash here, but he's locked up, stunned up, flashes the wall, and there goes the Arcane Storm. Oh, Hilly. How consistently mid they have been, right? But when when the opposing team is giving you kills like this, is giving you gold advantages like this, BDS are more than capable of... I
think it's the right call.
I was also going to talk about like whether you just take that trade as BDS. Yeah. It's like Vitality get like the GA.
To ward them off by himself, you need to be a little bit careful at Vitality.
Nuke has TP as well. Ice is going to be left behind. Solar Flat flashed away by Irrelevant. That Artican is down to 8,000 HP. Nako doing a good job of keeping BDS away, but there's no Drake, there's no Baron. Vitality can try and force for a tower, but who cares? You're going to get there late, give them the false life. Well played by Vitality to take it back in the bush. Ozzy a little bit pushed up. He can play a bit more aggressively, obviously, with the false life, but BDS do still have the gold advantage. Nako forced away. The tower goes down as well, and even though the Artican went over to Vitality, it's BDS.
Follow up nicely enough after that point. So really, really need to see how well Vitality can get them onto the carries of BDS.
It's one of those moments that if you lose this fight, you just delay the game a bunch. 113 goes forward, they try and lock up Chayak. Immediately they dash back in, public execution going out as well as Ice is ready to kill off Hylissang. It's disaster for Vitality! Look at the storm!
Particularly care after this point, they'll get themselves the Baron on the top side, and that's going to make things very, very difficult for Vitality to hold the map right now.
It's not good for Linces. 113 and Paris are waiting just around the corner. Linces has no flash, has the cease and desist, might just go on to Irrelevant here. But Paris is there for the follow-up. Permafrost, CC lands, and down goes the...
Too organized, very disciplined, and their vision control has been enough. They can start breaking inner turrets as well. That's a hard job to do.
I can't remember him flashing this game. I'm sure he has. Solar Flare just gets the tip of it. Zenith Bait going in as well, but Hylissang engages. It's like, you know he's round the corner, man. Paris goes in as well, lands the charm, is locked up with the cease and desist, but Linces pays for it with his life. Irrelevant diving onto the backline now as well, as Kazi is limping away from this. The all-out from Nako pulls Irrelevant over the wall, and Ice is dashing forward as well with the Valkyrie. Nako And he'll be the only one to stand while the rest of his team falls. BDS now knocking on the doors of the base.
Vitality have not been able to shut down the carries of BDS. Nuke and Ice have had 3 team fights for the grand majority of the game, and they've really looked comfortable with it.
30-minute demolition, really, from BDS. They waited until they were at a powerful point of their composition. Vitality did give them a few extra money bags in the early game as Hylissang falls for the 6th time this game, but really not too much of a challenge, it seems, for BDS here in game 1. We'll see if Vitality can bounce back and make this a 3-game series, or if the way of the LEC will just continue and it will be another clean 2-0. BDS are going to go 1-0 up as Chayek falls once more, as does Linces.
They finally remembered to right-click on the Nexus, but hey, BDS, they took it slow and steady.
Sion, I think any tank will do here, whatever you prefer. Sion, Ornn, Mundo, whatever works well with your comp that you enjoy. Sion is just gonna go full bow style, proxy maybe, and push him in deep.
Going towards the Dragon right now.
113 starting up with his bot lane pushing through. Nuke also has the push in the mid lane, doesn't have level 6 yet, whereas Chayek does. And Chayek will try and work his way across. Paris splashing forward for Hylissang, the heal coming out as well. 113 diving in, and Hilly's dead for first blood. Chayek chunked out by Nuke as well, and now Linces needs to get away from 113 in Paris. Ice keeping Kazi at bay. Nuke kills Chayek, Linces dies. Kazi, well, you can cleanse, but do you get away? 113 didn't want to tank the tower, nor does Paris or Ice. Kazi's able to survive. We've said that a couple of times. At bay, Chayek didn't have flash either, used it, remember, trying to kill Nuke at that level 2 mark. So because of that, couldn't escape quickly enough. Linces will be able to take grubs for Vitality, but BDS were willing to give this up in game 1 and already actually didn't take the Dragon off the back of that previous play, so just took the first Dragon of the matchup for BDS.
Linces wants nothing to do with this, slamming through topside. I think Chayek was just seeing if there's anything happy with this, especially with Vitality picking an earlier game composition with their mid-jungle in this game.
Kazi stunned. Lockup coming through as well. Kazi can look to jump the wall, but he can't get there in time. The Cecil in this early game. 113 will take another grub. That's 2 so far to BDS, and it looks like likely to be 3 apiece once again between these 2 teams. With Chayek backing Vitality, it's cinematic League of Legends. They've got a widescreen, they've got some popcorn, they're just watching to see if something's happening. Paris goes in with the Magnet Storm. Cyclone coming out as well. A good double stun, but Paris kind of sacrificed himself here. BDS could have pathed out bot, were a bit greedy to try and get a bit of extra action in. And then Linces locks him up. 113 going back in. Ice coming in from the side as well. Linces healed up. Chain of Corruption going wide. Linces obviously no Cyclone left. 113 dives back in. Again, the Hell Pick shield coming out. And he gets onto the backline, the charm. 113 surviving for a long time here. Healed up as well with the Sundered Sky. Auto attacks in the end. And here comes Sion to try and save the day. Nutnutgo in the end will kill 113. Chayek falls
The equation, you don't really want to play around that. Even with Ari not on the table, that doesn't help. We're beginning a big fight here. Paris
jumps back in, only hits onto the clone. Nuke does have the shockwave here. Chayek has that Spirit Rush as well. We're fighting over the Drake right now as Hylissang has to pop the Wild Growth on himself. Chayek goes in, charm wide though as Paris dives back forward. Chayek ignited, should survive through that. 100 health enough to survive the ignite. BDS have already killed off Hilly though, and now trying to gain control as Linces goes back in with the Cyclone. Kazi trying to get excited in the middle of the fight. Ice surviving though. Linces with another Cyclone, the movement speed getting out of dodge. 113
sees them here, especially with the Honey Fruit as well. Does he want to go forward?
Too many people off the map. He doesn't know where Nutnutgo is. Hilly's on his way back.
I think Nutnutgo being there is the actual threat because he has the CC. I think Oriana's kind of scary at this.
Nutnutgo now doesn't have an ultimate, and there's a wave just about to knock on this tower. 113 going in, Paris as well there to stop Nutnutgo from retreating. Linces is on his way across, no Cyclone for him yet. Nutnutgo with a good body slam. Redemption as well from Hilly will be enough to heal up Nutnutgo. Paris low as he tanks up the tower. Nocto tanks the next tower. Oh, that was really well.
Onto the Oriana, that really doesn't help you in terms of your assassination. That 1v1, 113, a little bit left alone here.
Trying to dash away, the Cyclone going in, dash forward by Kazi, 113 falling low, Crescent Guard not enough to keep him alive. Now Paris is in the middle of Vitality as well. Nuke being forced to flash the wall, Irrelevant trying to get the hell out of there as well. Chain of Corruption dodged by Nutnutgo, and just as we said things were falling apart for Vitality, they find 3 quick kills. Chayek's looking for more, as he did have that extra Spirit Rush charge come up. Getting the kill, the Ultra Shock Laser not quite
midway through for Nuke, meaning he couldn't use that as the instant disengage. The Shinzo, which is a bit, hang on,
double TP.
Double tilt onto Nuke. They're really investing for this.
Does he see Nutnutgo? I think perhaps now he's noticed that there's a very angry Gragas on his way across. The charm's gonna connect. Paris here as well, can't quite land the stun. Nucko gets the kill in time and now Irrelevant. You've got 2 tanks against the damage leaders of Vitality. 113's on his way here, but
2 and 3 on the kills and the assists for Kazi definitely help with that one. You're getting towards the point with the Zeri Lulu. If you don't catch
for additional CC, Rift Tower put down by Vitality as they look to push through mid. And this is what I'm talking about. 113 with great dodges. Dodges the explosive cast, dodges the charm, gets the Spirit Rush out of Chayek. Now the Rift Tower's going to knock him up though. And Linsus has his driving license. Get it, Max Verstappen on the phone because he's going for more as he dives in. Ice dead as well. Paris falls. Lintus out of tower range now. Will go down in the end. Nuke trying to put the damage back onto Chayek. Kazi tanks up a tower shot. Can't quite get the damage onto Nuke to kill him off. BDS lose 3 again in exchange for...
So ultimate could really change the way they play the front line.
Crescent Guard probably, I'm going to say like 20-25 seconds away from being back up. How much do you want to invest for a Cloud Drake? Only second of the game for either of these teams. The charm onto 113. He's down to half. He steps back forward. Nucko looking for that explosive cast as well. Crescent Guard now back off cooldown. 113 goes in, but Linz is able to secure the Drake on the back line already. Nuke has been atomized. Paris trying to get in the pit, but the chase continues. Down goes Ice. He's melted. And 113 able to dash to the Gromp, but doesn't have a flash and doesn't really have a hope of escaping this. Chayek lands the charm and buries 1-1.
Now they are the ones being asked to somehow slow this game down, get it onto more their preferred speed of game.
3 minutes on the Baron, but they will be looking to try and take down some of these standing towers. Ice just jumped on immediately. The cleanse. Oh God, Ice. That was great from Kazi.
You don't have anything on top side, you get pushed in a mid lane as well. It's your Sion pushing bot lane. That's not going to achieve that much. BDS are playing catch up on the entire...
Kazi's just such a terror right now as well. With that pocket Lulu, you can see help picks the shielding,
Oh,
the
another
Whimsy
charm
as well. Another charm coming out from Chayek. Jumps in with very aggressive in these situations.
Chayek is feeling so good about this game now. He's got a really good build for this game too. And BDS need to really pay... what is Hilly doing alone up here on top lane? Hilly...
It's got a false life. He's going to pop the wild growth and the heal to escape. And it was worth it because Linsus gets onto Ice, who has to flash the wall. Linsus, though, going in with the decoy, will get the Cyclone movement speed as well and brings down the decimating smash. Hilly, in the end, forced to withdraw by 113. That's a little bit of gold going over to 113. Linsus, well, he's going to be forced to withdraw as well. I don't know if it's now got a needlessly large rod, but he's basically a full item behind. Ice is in the same position with that recurve bow. Unless they can get a bit stronger, they're not going to be able to fight Vitality in these.
Winning the early game, getting through objectives, and just having stable lanes. Now you have to play against a very dangerous map against Vitality. Or Jax might be able to do that. Basically, you have to use your Cyanol anytime someone sniffs at your lane. That's a big problem because you can't push up anywhere safely. You have to put 4 people in your own jungle, and you can't answer this.
You can see Irrelevant was trying to team up with his the rest of his squad to try and defend through the mid lane, but that's a great Spirit Rush from Chayek as Irrelevant. His ultimate is stop. Chayek goes back forward. Irrelevant with a shield, still charmed in the end. Nuke trying to get him from the side, but not in position. Kazi down towards the bottom side. Nucko and Chayek can walk up here. Irrelevant just trying to act as that bodyguard. Charm just wide. Irrelevant goes in. There's a shockwave as well. Chayek not able to get out in time. I think the smite coming out alongside the damage from Nuke was enough.
Buy space for that Zeri to really go off.
You don't have shockwave. It's like Chain of Corruption, Magnet Storm. Nucko caught up by Irrelevant. Paris will be looking for the engage here. Linsus goes in. The Cyclone on the backline with the explosive cast is gorgeous, but Ice is untouched. Nuke able to get out of the back of the fight as well as Irrelevant is falling low. 113 pulled back. Linsus diving back in and 113 will fall. Vitality find a pick of their own. The TP behind as Nucko looks for the flank. Nuke's going to TP out. Nucko is there. Ice healthy enough for now. Cleanses away the slow. Irrelevant trying to get back towards his top lane tower. TP in by Chayek, down towards the Razor Beats. Irrelevant getting chunked out now.
He just doesn't
have the shield, he's just slowed permanently. Irrelevant goes down.
Perfectly into, of course, the Dragon spawn up there as well. That will be just a minute off. Vitality get to quickly recall, push out the map, goes coming down from BDS. Vitality don't have the best vision control. As long as Vitality can just use the Baron buff they've just earned, sure, why not? This isn't Soul for BDS, and Cloud Soul's not the game ender for Vitality either. Plays through the side lane again. Chayek's going to get himself some good gold there on that top lane turret. There's a teleport back to a Nexus turret to defend this now, actually. And yes, there was an objective bounty being claimed by BDS, but with double inhibs going down, Vitality love that trade.
Oh, 100%. Double inhib and the third one still be even out this series. They're not done yet in the winter split of the LEC. Nucko just being a Nuck nuisance. on the left side of the fight. Linces goes in with a Cyclone onto 1-1-3. Paris tries to find the engage on Hilly, but the rest of his team can't get close enough. Paris already down. Nucko has the explosive cast. The body slam's going to land as well. The explosive cast ice into the wall.
Shockwave.
Nuke with the Shockwave. 1-1-3. Still going to get charmed up here. Redemption coming out from beyond the grave from Hylissang. Now a 3v3 erupts as Ice, Nuke, and Irrelevant is trying to maintain the defense for BDS. Linces dashing in. Baron has expired. These minion waves easier to clear for BDS, but still not the easiest as both the Nexus towers fall just to the incidental damage. Charm onto Ice, who immediately cleanses it away. Double super minions in every lane now. Linces walking up towards the top side. Irrelevant trying to keep him interested in the action. At least another charm from Chayak, and down goes Nuke. Paris back alive. The Spirit Rush charge available for Chayak as it dives onto Ice, who just tries his hardest but can't take down two. Linces survives. Nucko goes down. Irrelevant to Paris now just trying to clear out the waves. Further towards first stand in this game at least. They have the third of the best of three, of course. And now Vitality continue to push in. Nucko for that flank position. Linces jumps in. There's the Cyclone. Oh, they just got to be dead immediately. Ice locked up. Nuke having to flash away. Paris diving in, but there's no damage left at all for BDS. Nuke's back on the fountain, and Vitality are going to make 1-1-3 join him there. A triple for Kazi to round it out, and we're, for the first time in playoffs, going to Game 3.
Finally, we dig a little bit deeper into the champion pools. Vitality versus BDS will be going towards a Game 3.
But if she bounces back a Blitzcrank hook, she then gets the Blitzcrank hooked on top of her. You'll see it, hopefully.
Yeah, not the nicest thing ever. Well, I'm sure we'll see it at some point. So the problem is you have to challenge your instincts on that one.
All of those champions banned away.
So there are two very good level 1 champions. One's the Nautilus, and the hook lands.
It does, and the follow-up CC. Okay, yeah, 1-1-3 is dead.
Whoa!
1-1-3. So will just be an objective for objective trade here.
Hilly not using the Ivern efficiently by auto-attacking while he's outside of the brush.
Yep.
You know, it's these small things. It doesn't actually matter at all, by the way. But yeah,
I mean, it's like 20 damage.
It is. I mean, that's an important thing. If you're attacking from within bushes near that Ivern, you do get that extra damage buff. Typically, you play with double AD carry with Ivern because of this, and of course, there's Enchanter of everything. Kazi will be happy with that one.
So it's a risky dive if you want to go for it. You kind of have to burst
they are
him out.
anyway.
Nature's Grasp comes out. Paris looking for the knock-up. They'll get him. Mega Gnar, twisted advance. Nucko gets towards the Mega, doesn't even need it! Really fighting when Nucko is either just coming out of Mega or exhausted. Hook just wide from Paris. Hilly's going to land the hook back onto 1-1-3. Nuke's on his way across. Nature's Grasp coming out as well. Hilly should be able to tank this. Depth charge has been used, but there's the twisted advance follow-up, and Hilly is just deleted.
It is so easy to play around the Maokai ult. You think maybe you can burst them out, but realistically you have a Nautilus and an Ivern, and then the Kai'Sa is also there, but the Kai'Sa doesn't want to walk up that far. I think Vitality misjudged how much damage they have, and now suddenly they have to watch this set of grubs they didn't want to give over cause Grubbageddon for BDS. They get the full house.
Good old Grubbageddon.
Batten down the hatches.
BDS will get all 6. There is a Drake available for Vitality. I mean, it was also used early in the season. Both are correct.
I'm technically correct, which is the best kind of it. But definitely that Blitzcrank can have good, I think you go invulnerable during that. It is on cooldown, that's important. And you can't use it against the Maokai ult.
Chayak burns the flash, still gets hit with the root at the back. Paris does have flash of his own. Chayak's rebuttal was down. There's the flash hook. And there goes Mel. The root, though, onto Nuke means that he tanks up a couple of tower shots, has enough defense with the rest of his team just around the corner. And BDS now using these 6 grubs to great effect. They get the might, step charge onto Nuke. Ice with the spell shield, he'll heal up. Re-engage, Paris! Ooh, that was close. Hilly felt that one just whisper behind his behind.
You could really tell Vitality wanted to fight that.
Yep.
They were positioning so aggressively. Kazi has up. I mean, they're still technically hanging around. One more bit of CC. Kazi flies through. Kraken Slayer first item. He hasn't gone for something like that. I mean, Kazi, hang on, buddy.
No! Paris misses though. Kazi flashes away.
That is one lucky Kai'Sa.
Oh, it goes in. Kazi! Nucko looking for a flank position here. Doesn't have the Mega Gnar. Irrelevant coming across from the side as well. Vitality have one extra player right now, but 1-1-3 push down the Nature's Grasp. Hylissang goes for the engage, rooted up immediately, and Paris going to get the lock up here as well. Hilly gets into the redemption just in time, but will fall to the ignite and the ricochet. Linces next on the menu for BDS. They find 2. Kazi dies as well. If only only you had your flash in a moment like this.
Especially with the hypercharger on the Jace, they'll take down the majority of that. The root comes through.
Oh, Flame Spitter as well.
That's aggro.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. It was a 3-for-1. He was in a brush, not even hitting stuff to get that Mega Gnar. So he's like, I know there's a fight coming, but I will be mini for it. Herald's going to go down as we get ourselves the Safari Cam of, I don't know, wanton destruction of nature.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I was thinking about this with the dragons earlier. Do you think, like...
I feel it's a little bit cruel.
It's a bit David It's a lot easier to garner. The Drake up in 10 seconds time. BDS will want to fight around that, stop the soul point for Vitality as the Herald charges in, and Vitality obviously lose control of mid because of that Herald going forward. Paris still looking for the hook. Daisy's going to be the one to face check alongside Hylissang. Ice having to walk back. Hook lands onto Paris. He's rooted up, locked up. Paris is down. Irrelevant has a great flank here, though, on towards the backline, and Kazi dives in with a killer instinct immediately onto Ice. He'll take him out. Great from Kazi to avoid the oncoming Irrelevant. Nuke now left the rest of his team alone as Vitality have found 3 already. Kazi able to avoid BDS's search squad, and Vitality get out unharmed.
This is the first fight. Hang on, that's a hook. You don't have the teammates there, Hilly.
Vitality get out mostly unharmed. 1-1-3. I mean, there it would have been nice, you know, he would have gone a little bit too far. Nako's going to chunk out Nuke. Chayek looking for the root caller across the wall as well. 1-1-3 going back in with a twisted advance. Nako jumps over the wall. Nuke looking to follow up, but 1-1-3 is dead. Hilly's the master baiter. Nako has half of a Mega Gnar bar built up. Paris is on that front line. 1-1-3 is going to have to start to walk away from Daisy. Daisy down to 700 HP. The hook lands onto Hilly. He's locked up. Redemption comes down. There's a good equalizer as well as Chayek is forced to flash away. Paris is low. 1-1-3 on the front line. Nako shoves him back into his team, but pays for it with his life. Hilly's hook goes wide once again as Irrelevant now begins to step up, and Hilly's on the wrong side of the wall. Hook back by Paris. Chayek is waiting. Will land the root. It's a bit of damage into Nuke's back as well. Kazi with the long-range Prey Seekers adds a little bit of his own. With 1-1-3 dead, it looks like BDS have given up the ghost on the Drake. Interesting to see
don't have
that they don't want to fight. Yeah, you don't have the smite, but you're 4v3, don't fight.
I think they're really scared because the 2 damaging members of Chayek and Kazi are still alive.
It's true.
I understand that point. But
Irrelevant puts down the equalizer. They're not going to get close enough in time. The TP comes out, but the Artican just snuck by BDS. They'll secure it. False life for the next minute and a half once again.
not giving that GA the maximum value.
I think the problem for Nako is that Nuke should be able to clear waves, even if Nako pushes them in.
Predicted, and that's really helped just with the raw shield power to just turn and fight.
Chayek might be troubled here, though. Doesn't have the flash. Twisted advance goes forward. The Solar Snare for the root. Chayek brings down the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. 1-1-3 there with the kill. Nuke's going to keep Nako at bay as well. The wallop does land the stun. False life still there. Gnar into the wall. Nako not chasing any further. Will flash away. Nuke falling low, but where's the rest of BDS? Paris on his way across. The entire winter split could rest on this fight. Kazi chunked out a little bit. Irrelevant taking the blast cone away from Hylissang.
The artillery on both sides is really hitting because you think, well, Jace is the one. Here comes the Marker. Here comes the fight.
Hilly will tank it. The rest of Vitality able to avoid it. Hilly just dives into his demise immediately. Enough bushes for Linces to get close to this Drake. The Redemption coming out as well with the Drake already secured. Paris
Kazi!
Locked up. Kazi dives in. He tries to get onto Ice, but he just doesn't quite have the damage. The Gnar into the wall will lock up Irrelevant, but 1-1-3 takes out Kazi. Nuke is fighting against 2 down towards the bottom side. Linces with the root caller. Chayek will take out Nuke. In the end, BDS. So BDS is going to pull the trigger on this. They immediately started the Drake. They get the TP coming out from Nako as well. Kazi is not here, but will have that killer instinct if some of that CC lands. Equalizer going down onto Hylissang. The Baron already low enough for BDS just to smite it right now. BDS secure it. Vitality looking for the bite. The hook lands onto 1-1-3. He will fall. BDS trying to get out now. Nako has the flash. And we'll have the Gnar. Irrelevant trying to dodge to the side of it. Oh! The flame spitter. Paris lands the hook. Nako with the Gnar into the wall, though. And a hook from Hylissang onto Ice. Means that he's going to get chunked out. Killer instinct in from Kazi. Ice trying to kill him off. Can't quite put the damage down. Irrelevant now.
Daisy.
Alongside Nuke. Daisy will tank the tower. Irrelevant landing an Electro Harpoon, but one is reflected onto him, and that's the slow that Chayek needed. Nuke TP's out. Irrelevant just short of the Solar Snare. Able to get away with the movement speed from the Scrap Shield. Puts down another Electro Harpoon and should actually be able to escape. Might even clear out a bit of this wave on his way.
And I know that Chayek probably could have pumped up unit. Close run things. Soul is spawning in 20 seconds, and Kazi gets away with that.
As his flash up, 1-1-3 going in for Hylissang once again, who doesn't have a way out of this. BDS pick up the first kill.
That's the 13th minute mark in the elimination game, and our first 3-game best of 3 in the LEC playoffs. That time, Hilly dies from 7-1 and 3 Jace on Nuke. Nuke on Jace.
I was going to leave her.
Very happy you would have done.
Looking still. Hilly's still stepping
Bouncing.
forward. Dredgeline comes out, gets the pull off. Now, still with the Baron, BDS pushing in, and if they can crack an inhibitor with this push, which they can, that's huge. They're looking for more, though. 10 seconds before the Baron expires. They knew that Knock was pushing in the side lane. Now he's back, flash away. As BDS escaped the clutches of that dredge line, it was Ice who had to get out. Solar Snare just wide. Nuke still on that front line. Nature's Grass coming out. Nuke with a knockback onto Knock, who tries to jump away. The hook coming out from Paris as well, but Kazi's diving onto the back line and Nuke's already dead. Chayak now flashing forward. Ice down as well. Kazi has done so much.
Now in, the Baron buff now survived. Gold within 1,000, so it's, at this point of the game, it's decorative. It's decorative at this point. And Vitality, if they survive it, this crank hook going to be, it can just be one moment of miraculous skill shot accuracy, which seals the game. It's got to be a pretty good one, though. They haven't been able to close the game. Die. That was a very important anti-hook and anti-kind of warding tool. Hylissang, hook for hook.
Hylissang hooked up. The equalizer going onto the back line. Hylissang has just burst. Kazi's there as well. He dashes away, but he's dead. The Kazi is back up.
10, 2, and 7 on the Mal. Yeah, when you get to late game and you get a fancy hat on top.
Opportunity to start this up before Kazi can get to the fight.
Kazi also has rank 3 ultimate, very strong follow-up dash. That is a great equalizer onto LEC. He's not going to be there for the shields. Vitality, I don't think
their mid laner is the second prong of their attack, and where he wasn't quite able to do damage to Kazi as we see the hook from Paris. Counter hook coming out. Hylissang falls low, but the ignite ticking on him will not be
coming over the wall.
Rebuttal's been used. 113 is going to Nature's Grasp. As soon as you see the rebuttal going down, that's the indication to engage Kazi with a great cleanse with a twisted advance immediately on Linces, and that's all of the shields down. Chayak able to flash away. Kazi burned his cleanse to escape as well. Does still have the flash. But with Hilly and Linces down, can Vitality hold the line? TP from Chayak towards the top lane. The inhibitor in the mid lane has fallen. Will BDS turn their eyes towards the Drake, or do they think they can finish it right here, right now?
Aganar is really the big playmaking tool to buy time. The wave clear comes through. 113, fantastic ultimate again. Such a good initiation tool throughout the series for BDS. It's not back-to-back for BDS. It's at least 3. Really they've managed to completely cut Vitality off in that area of the map, but Vitality as well. That damage racks up so quickly. Blink and you miss it. Your health bar's gone.
He's going towards the Razor Beaks. Hilly pulled in. Hilly dead. Someone has to face check, and it was Hilly alongside Daisy. Nuke has a GA now as well, which makes it even harder for Kazi to actually find that damage. Nako looking for the Mega Nart. Looking for that ultimate into the wall. Kazi takes a chunk. Oh, he's almost down to half HP already, and the equalizer available to Irrelevant. Redemption comes out. Will heal up Chayak and Kazi, but they know they can't fight the Baron anymore.
They should have predicted. Turns out folks have had so many Barons. It's a little bit hard to track all of them, but the extra boots on top of everything else give you an extra cap to your build. Which
the wave, they'll hold on for now. Hilly's 45 seconds away, but with the next wave comes the oncoming tsunami of BDS. Chayak looking for that Solar Snare, the CC. Vitality now trying to defend with 3 inhibitors down. They have good wave clear, but do they have the ability to stop BDS's advance?
Oh, they're trying to wave clear as best they can, but this is tutorial League of Legends. All 3 inhibs down, which means you get even more super minions. Can Vitality hang on? Can BDS goes?
He goes in, he looks for the Nara, he finds them, but his team is not there to follow up. Kazi dives in, and Kazi is met by BDS. Nuke will take him out. Hilly will respawn just to see his Nexus fall. As in the end, BDS will best Vitality.
It takes them a lot to dagger home, but BDS send Vitality out of playoffs. It was long. It was an absolute slugfest, but BDS finally, and I think really through 113's engages, get themselves the team fights they need.
It was the coordination. You could see Paris looking for the hook as soon